Okay.
Positioning document is informal. It's
Right.
bullet points or maybe letter form. It shouldn't say anything that conflicts with the contract. You're expanding it, and if there are attorneys listening, they're going, well, you better watch how you do it because it might become a part of your contract. But I have a new customer who handed me 3 contracts day before yesterday and asked me to read them. 2 were his to his customers, and 1 was one that he frequently signs when he works as a sub for a larger company. And of course, I bowed out and sent those to Eric Daffern, who was one of our early guests.
Yeah.
He's a construction law attorney in Tulsa. But pay attention to your contracts and have a competent attorney review them. The Like my pool guy, he started adding fences, how to deal with, I'm not fixing your fence. I will tear up your sprinkler. If the gas line needs to be moved, it's at your expense. He added those in after he experienced them.
Right.
He's still adding things in. Perhaps if you went to an attorney, they could look at it, show you where, presuming you wrote it or you borrowed one from a guy, right? Oh, I got one from Ralph, and I'm using one that Ralph had. Well, when I suggest people go to attorneys, they always, or most often, come back and say, I can't afford it. And then my response is, well, how much does it cost? And then
They
their
don't even know.
response is, I don't know. I said, well, let's find out. Sometimes $300, $400, and
Yeah.
you can get your contract polished up a little bit and made a little more airtight. Plus, you've made a relationship with an attorney that you can call
Yeah.
and ask a question to, and might cost you $300 to talk to him for an hour. But that might uh, avoid a $100,000 mistake,
Exactly.
right? But
Yeah.
I didn't realize that, a pay if paid type wordage. When we have smaller contractors working with large general contractors, there's a there's a weight difference there. There's an experience information differential there. And they put a pay if paid clause in there and he said, well, if I want this job, I guess I got to sign it. Well, maybe you don't have to sign it exactly that way. What does pay if paid mean? Well, I did my work and you got paid. Oh, yeah, but it wasn't for your work, right? Anyway, um, dealing with liens, having a process so that you can, well, that's a different subject, liens, but
Yeah.
um, I do encourage people to get their contracts looked at by an appropriate person and
Yeah.
reviewed.